In the offseason, we finalized our first 4 players. In December, we began jungle tryouts, where our LEC team tried out a bunch of different junglers to see who we felt would be the best fit. In these tryouts, we felt that Gilles performed very well, and he very well could be our jungler in the LEC next season. That being said, we are still running in a situation where we're scrimming with both Lurox, our academy jungler, and Gilles. And they will both compete for the starting position and possibly share it, just depending on how tryouts go when we come into January. The most important for me going into this season is that our jungler was very good mechanically, one, and willing to take risks. From watching the World Championships, I know that the teams that were very successful had very creative and aggressive plans for the early game. And that's something I know Gilles has been very good at in the past, especially when it goes well. He took over a lot of games when he was back in the LEC before. So I think with a good coaching staff behind him and like a very strong roster around him, he could do quite well. For Lurox, similar in that I think he's very, very mechanically gifted, younger player, almost always near the top of solo queue. He just is a bit inexperienced, and I would say that's the difference between the two. Going into Scrims in December, I knew that we had the potential to be a strong team, but I wasn't completely sure. There was definitely a lot of risk on our roster for sure. I think we've been doing quite well. I expect us to be a relevant team in the LEC, fighting for playoffs, and hopefully if we keep improving, we can do even better. We feel that we've signed some of the best up-and-coming talent to compete and have a real shot at not only winning the German league, but competing very strongly at EU Masters. We signed Sleeping in the top lane. We retained Lurox and Certus, who I believe were one of the best mid-jungle duos in ERL last year. And in addition to that, we added Inex, who had played actually quite well at Worlds with his Heimerdinger and stuff last year, and Cernuxalot for support. So across the board, I think this is a group of players that are ready to play at the top ERL level and potentially even move up to LEC in future years if things go well for them. We recently signed, for example, our mid-jungle duo from Academy to longer-term contracts because we feel that they're young and have a ton of potential for the future. So we not only want to have a strong roster in LEC in 2020, we also want to have options and young players that, if they step up and keep playing well, can be the future of the club.